Poor guys are injured. Although 3 days is a long time to wait, usually. I'll give him one. There we go. I don't like spamming rest for too long. Some of our heroes are injured and need to rest in camp. Yep, I understand that. Clansman forged plus 18. Interesting. Yeah, our supplies went up by a day worth. That's an entire mechanic that never happened before. I think this time around I'm suddenly going to have an appreciation for those numbers on the screen. Because the entire last playthrough we did, there was Clansman fighters in Varl, and they kind of felt like they never were relevant, if you know what I mean. Like, you would do fights and you were either outnumbered or not outnumbered, which I assume had an impact on how many enemies you would fight during some of the random events. But Clansmen in particular seemed to just kind of never come up in the entire first chapter in a meaningful way, at least on normal mode. The idea that they're actively being like, hey, we got you this much supplies today. That's actually a big deal. You look at all the foods freshly placed in the supply carts. What's all this about? You ask Oddleaf. The clansmen are trying to help as much as possible now, she says. Whenever they can, they'll forage for nuts and berries, or fish and hunt. She hands you a piece of fruit. They may not know how to fight, but they can keep us alive by keeping us fed. Yeah, that's great. They do a job now. And for a while I was like, why do I have clansmen in the first place besides just being like really nice about saving people's lives, which was pretty much my primary motivation. And I lost a lot of them to them running around because I didn't make things safe for them. A desperate-looking lot of adults in Varl stand on the shoreline, waving you down. You probably look similar going anywhere with Ivor. They look hungry, but can they be trusted? We can pick them up. Oh yeah, this is total RNG here, huh? Huh. So we really don't know. We could throw them some supplies to just help them out, or we could ask them, but find out the hard way if they might be bandits. I don't know, I like to try to be kind when given the opportunity, just because the world's ending, and we could use allies, but it's always a risk. We're gonna ask their needs. The basics, the Varl says. Food, safety. Trade routes are empty. Of the 24 humans, half look like they've seen battle. Come aboard. You'll have food and safety. Well, until we fight in a war. Everyone carefully files onto a couple of less burdened ships and starts eating. Clip, Varl says, which you take as his name and his appreciation. Ah, I wonder if Clip's going to be a new playable character or not. Hey, morale improved. 12 clansmen, 12 fighters. That's a non-negligible number of fighters. That's an increase of... oh, moral increased, moral declined. I think the second one was the time passing, though. We increased our number of fighters by like 15%, I think. Shouts from one of the rear longships grabs everyone's attention. The quick construction is proving faulty, and the ship is taking on water fast. With dredge on the bank, and all other ships almost at capacity, you consider your options. Well, crap. So we're at capacity already, so we can't really just dump that ship and ferry them onto a new ship. We'll be overcrowded. So we don't want to dump supplies because then we'll have a dangerous ship. Let's see. I could ask for input, but honestly, I'm probably gonna ask. I'm probably gonna bank and try to fight the dredge so that we can resolve the issue by repairing. But I'll ask for advice. We'll need to get her out of the water, says one. Nonsense, just plug the holes with some cloth and tar for now, says another. As they argue, clansmen begin jumping from the sinking vessel, grabbing for ropes and extended oars. Most make it aboard other ships, but not all. Jesus Christ! I didn't know that was gonna just resolve the issue. Crap. I thought we were in the RPG territory of, hey, let's have a conversation about, like, let's have a, take input from your advisors, but no, that resolved the entire thing. I would have preferred to fight, honestly. Time on the cramped longships is proving too much for the children. They're climbing ropes, interrupting rowers, and constantly leaning over the sides to touch the water. Some Varl and clansmen look annoyed. Let's see. Is there a fun way to Let's see. I'm trying to think of whether there's a fun... No, there's no fun Rook moment where Rook... Because Rook would always, like, have an opportunity to, like, participate or have a funny joke or a rousing speech, and, like, a little humanizing moment usually helped morale. People are annoyed right now. Okay, reminding people it'll be over soon is just resounding... It's kind of just resigning to it. Now let's be more proactive. Tell them to keep their children at their sides because we're at war right now and their children are at risk. They have to contain them, even if they're not having fun. Some mothers give you irritated glances while a few Varl smile in your direction. Regardless, there is no denying the children are safer by their parents' side. I mean, obviously, they're going to die. There's dredge slingers to worry about, among other things. Like, they could be killed at range. It's a problem. Smoke from a village catches everyone's attention, and the longships begin to slow. I doubt these scraps of wood we're floating on can hold many more, Ivor says. You feel the governor's gaze on you, and he slowly shakes his head. Let's see. You want me to turn my back on them? It's not that, Ivor says. It's just that if you try for too much, sometimes you're worse off than not trying at all. They might resupply us for our trouble. Ivor cocks an eyebrow. And who will resupply them when they realize the trade routes are blocked by dredge? You give him a look and wave the ships to shore. When the ship lands, you and a few others rush towards the smoke, but the closer you get, the stranger the situation. There's no sounds of battle or people panicking to put out fires. Keep going, Bolford growls. We'll see what the dead are carrying. The Varl's comment defies tradition, but so do many things about him. Alright, yeah, let's take a look. A barn is the only thing burning. No one is around. Unusual, Oddleaf says. Some kind of trick? Uh-huh. Yeah, it feels that way. Let's get back to the ships. It does feel like they're trying to trap us here. Like, lure us by something burning so we get out, so that we land our boats and go to investigate so they can interrupt us. You arrive in time to see a group of armed strangers throwing your people from a ship full of supplies and pushing away from the bank. From behind an arrow-riddled shield, the leader nods at you. You help pull people from the water and find them places on the remaining crowded ships. Governor Aruga silently stares at you. Well, crap. So we've lost 2 ships with relatively high frequency here. Yeah, that was a trap. That was absolutely a trap. Okay, so I guess we're 1 for 2 here. We had one little visit that gave us new troops and one little visit that made us lose an entire ship. A large clump of hazelnut trees looks like a good place for clansmen to stretch their legs and gather supplies. Once on land, the children laugh while kicking around leather-wrapped balls of rags. You notice a Varl on the edge of the clearing silently staring into the woods. He's watching a lone dredge grunt stalk a squirrel. Might be hundreds of them in these woods. The Varl whispers and is still loud enough to scare the squirrel and alert the grunt. It looks at you and the Varl before slowly backing up. Well, crap. So there's a standalone dredge somewhere, and it might be part of a group, and it's seen us. We can give it the benefit of the doubt and ignore it. We can try to track it and figure out where it's going. Get everyone back on the ships right now, or kill it before it alerts anyone. I'm actually curious what will happen if we try to track it. The grunt runs away. You silently follow, but stop when you discover a clearing with a few small animal bones laying about. Meager meals for one. Near the bones stands a tiny statue of a dragon, and terror courses through your spine. You want to get away from it. Meager meals for one. So it actually is a standalone dredge. A little hint at the sentience and humanity of these things, and the fact that they aren't just the mindless, horrible monster force that it seems like. Because when they first show up in this game, it kind of feels like they're almost like stone zombies, the way they're dressed up. But it seems like they're more like the. It seems more like they're like the wildlings from Game of Thrones, where they're a thing that's being scared south by something worse, but they're just another. They're just another civilization. Let's take the statue. Fight our fears. It's probably a trinket. Each step towards the statue adds to your doubt until your hands wrap around it. You realize you've been holding your breath with a sigh of relief. Gomer statue. Based on the way I reacted to it, I would assume it's probably a statue that it probably reduces your aggro chance, unless there's some sort of fear statistic you can add to this game. Back on the ship, the clansmen discuss your whole experience along with all the nuts they collected. Smiles appear on most faces. Whoa, even more supplies. And 5 renown. We're having a good time right now. Just everything's going up.
Carved rock on a vacant island. Azalai's godstone almost looks lonely.
That's interesting. That we had to give Aled a separate voice actor. She's even more beautiful than the songs say. They had to give Aled her own standalone narration, so they probably have 2 parallel narrations for this. I'm not sure what I expected her to sound like. The clansmen and Varl are admiring the godstone when you notice some are missing. It's Bulwark and his ravens, Aleo says. They looked rather upset by my music and all the singing, he shrugs. If they'd rather hang around that large cart instead of joining us, I won't take it personally, but come closer. Let me introduce you to Asalie, the god of streaming waters. She is the curves of every river, a guide for those of us traveling unfamiliar lands. The Skald runs a finger over small etchings in the stone, inscriptions from all those who were lost, but found a way back home with her help. Listen to more of Aleo's tale. Some say her stone shows the struggle of leaving the familiar to see what's over the next hill. Aleo looks at the ropes tied around the parts of her and smiles. Before the gods died, her stone supposedly stood tall and moved a few steps each year, so people are always trying to make sure she stays put. Aleo looks at you, grinning. Have you the strength to hold her, or a gift with which to entice her? Pull on one of the stronger ropes. Let's just indulge in this. Humor them, if nothing else. You wrap your hands around one of the larger ropes and begin to pull. It feels as pointless as expected, and Alyssa's godstone does not budge. Suddenly, you are joined by Hakon and Ivor, who lend their great strength. Others quickly join until the rope snaps and everyone sprawls into a laughing heap. Hey, morale! You return to where the clansmen have set up camp and see someone, a woman in torn robes, slip from your tent. She blends in with the other families, and after making sure nothing is amiss in your tent, you let it go. Ooh. It said Asale renown +5. We just got 5 renown with a specific godstone? Not something I really considered the possibility of. No more clansmen and fighters are shown here. If your caravan is assaulted en masse in a war situation, it is the fighters that protect the clansmen while your heroes fight a tactical battle. It is important to keep enough trained fighters available, but keep in mind that fighters consume more supplies than clansmen and are less effective at foraging. Speak to Sven in the training tent to start training some of your clansmen into battle-ready fighters. Oh, you can actually turn one into the other one now. That's also new. Well, come on in and let's have a look at you, Sven, the trainer says. The trainer looks past you at some boys and girls eager to learn. Teaching fighting to the young, Sven muses. They won't go back to hunting and foraging for food, you know. Sure you want to go through with this? We need the protection. Sven blows out his air through flapping lips. Then let's get it done. How many you want fighting for you? Whoa, can you train 200? I'd only have 160 clansmen then. That could be bad for my supplies. Let's split the difference. We'll try 100. We got enough food and water to last us a day and a half? Sven asks. That's what it'll take for me to break them from running at the first sign of trouble. Make it happen. Consider it done. Sven whistles through his missing teeth. -8 supplies, morale improved. There we go. Just like that, we have almost as many fighters as clansmen, and you're gonna have to wonder if that was a bad idea. But hey, we're experimenting with new mechanics, so we'll find out over time, I'm sure. Let's visit my heroes. Are they still wounded by the same amount? No, they do get less wounded over time, because I rested for 1 day, but now they're only wounded for 1 more day. So some of it wore off over the travels, which is what I was kind of hoping for. Hakon? The two Varl look deep in conversation, but Ivar catches your eye and waves you over. So, they've all armed themselves and are running from the south, running from something, but what? Hakon's becoming a dredge scholar, trying to understand the motivations of our enemy. It's just strange we've never seen their women fight until recently. Good thing, too. We might have lost the Great Wars. You think about what to say. Juno says there's a darkness coming. But what Valkas say and mean aren't always the same. They speak in riddles and prophecy. Still, it might explain why the dredge are everywhere. It seems like someone kicked an anthill. Maybe whatever's coming hit them first. Or maybe it's just a new tactic for a new war. If they've learned to crack the ground and call a giant serpent, then we're all dead and just don't know it yet. What happened back then? A great deal of killing on both sides. Imagine waking up to dredge attacks every night. Back then, the sun actually set. You'd wake up to a sound and see nothing but glowing eyes around you. Ingvar probably told you that we never got close to pushing them back to the depths they call home. Actually, Ivar never said much about the past. Oh. Ivar says nothing, just holds Hakon's stare. Well, he's probably got more stories than you could hear in your short lifetime. Has anyone ever talked to the dredge? Both of all look at each other. There are rumors that some have tried and been killed in the process. A lot of nonsense. Scowled tales about the sound of a dredge's voice making your skin fall off. So there's been no communication with the enemy. Is that normal? We were too busy killing to worry about a fireside chat. Besides, they only ever make warbling sounds. I'd guess if anyone has talked to them, it'd be the Valka. But good luck getting them to give you a straight answer. I'll leave you two to figuring out the big issues. You should know the clansmen have been talking about us killing women and children, dredge or not. It's not sitting well with everyone, which is probably the way it should be. I say if it's us or them, we make sure we're still standing. I'm bothered more by your decision to destroy Einartoft's bridge. Let it go, Hakon. It was the best decision of the time. To collapse a bridge that cost thousands of Varl lives to build. If it weren't for your damn horns, Ingvar, I swear you were an overgrown human. The two giants begin trading insults, and you step away, letting them vent. They're mad about the bridge. That's inevitable, though. Someone's going to get mad about that sooner or later. Alright, let's go ahead and continue our journey. We should be good to go, I think. Gotta keep up the pace or we never made it to Aberang. I wonder if we're going to be on boats the whole way or if we're going to get off at some point along the way. Seems almost unrealistic to try to stick to the boats the whole time because of the weird meandering path and how quickly things seem to be going wrong with them. A crowd begins to cheer from one of the longships as a man struggles with his fishing net. As his catch nears the surface, some voice concerns. You're close enough to make out a large shape, and what looks like fur or hair in the net. Let's see. I'm wondering, should we just drop it if there's fur in it? What could be in it? What if it's like a bear or something? Jeez. So I have no idea what it could be. It could be a lot of things, really. It could be a big, heavy, dangerous thing. And if we haul it out and it's dangerous, it could kill us. Or kill him, at least. And that'd lead to dropped morale, I'm sure. We could drop it, but then miss out on opportunity for food. Or I could fire an arrow into it and kill it. But what if it turns out to be like a... What if it's like a varl? What if it's like a big varl or human, and the appearance of fur... What if the appearance of fur was like a fur coat, or a cape, or a cloak that just looks like that, and it's totally a human or something? Let's see. I don't want to just shoot it outright. I'm going to tell him to release the net. Everyone hears your clear order, but the man ignores it and continues to pull the net. An arrow bites into the ship next to the man's arms. Oddleaf has another arrow knocked before you look up. Let go, she tells the man, or I will. His hands open, and some look relieved to watch the unknown catch sink below the surface. Oddleaf is here to enforce my goddamn orders, apparently. Alright, well that'll just be a mystery forever. We'll never find out what it was. A cool breeze across the water works its way into your cloak. You shift to block the wind and feel something press into your hip. You feel around and find an item in your pack, but do not remember obtaining it. Oh! Astalea's trail. Interesting. So the weird woman we encountered gave us an item. Seriously though, it said we got 5 renown with this other... with a specific godstone, right? How does that even work? The sheer cliffs and boulder-strewn waters of the southern bank dictate the longship's course. The droning sounds of the dredge accent their quicker pace as they follow your ship along the northern bank. Dust and mist make it hard to see ahead. A hissing, rumbling noise grows all around. Waterfall! Shouts the sharp-eyed Nid from the bow of her longship. Oars instantly reverse, and you nearly lose your balance. Well, I think we're done with the boats. The roar of the approaching waterfall clouds your thoughts. All the clansmen you picked up keep the ships from being nimble, but only 2 fall to the power of the overwhelming current. Still, the screams of the families, fighters, and Varl are difficult to move past. So 2 ships go over the waterfall. No one had this on a map somewhere? Or like had... Oh, it's new. It's the giant ravines that have been opening up, huh? That's rough. Still, you think that someone would have picked up on the waterfall a little sooner so we could make land. Alright, well this interrupts our trip and we're definitely going to have to go on foot from here on out. I kind of have to wonder how people were scavenging if we were on boats this whole time. Anyway, we're doomed. Well, I trained them just in time to lose them. 10 supplies. Oh, that's not too bad, but everything else is pretty bad. The remaining ship's rowers pull hard, heading for the dredge-lined northern bank. In their haste, the vessels smash against sharp, split rocks as they push towards the shore. Some fighters are thrown from the boat, sinking in mud under the weight of their armor. Okay. Well, there goes a lot of fighters immediately. The longships are too spread out to command an unified landing. Amid the chaos, you look at those nearby. Gris, a stout Varl warrior, and a few others like him, look ready to rush the dredge. Bolverk and his company are close to you, hauling their sealed cart off the ship. You consider your options. Oh no. If I make the wrong call here, can I get Gris killed? I can ask Oddleaf to keep the dredge off us. Let's see. Ask for the help of the Ravens. Or have Gris make an opening. Or have everyone follow me. I'm wondering if I should delegate orders in general. I'm worried I'm going to get someone killed, especially since Gris in particular seems like an incredibly disposable character. Because I only even have him because I made a super random, seemingly unimportant dialogue choice with Hakon in like chapter 3 or something. Where I headbutt him or something, I want to say. And got his respect. Let's ask Oddleaf to keep the dredge off us. I'll do what I can, she says, grabbing a couple more quivers. Oddleaf nimbly climbs some rocks for a vantage point. Using cover, she begins pinning down dredge. So did I just kick her out for the fight? Yeah, looks like Oddleaf is just flat out gone. So whoever gave orders to doesn't get to come along. Okay, good to know. Krumr and Moger, because they're badass, and Hakon. Pretty good crew to keep around. Put Alette near the back with Eyvind. Let's see, we should probably cram another human in there, because if I bring in too many non-humans, they have trouble even behaving. Ivor's good to level up, though, because he has high strength. Hakon also has super high strength. I guess the one I'm thinking of to probably not come along would probably be Krumr at that point, huh? Because I like the more mandatory characters better. Ivor. There we go. I like having Moger around for his defensive capabilities. Let's have Ivor go first because he has the knockback, which is nice. There we go. He's all ready for promotion. 16 out of 11. How much does it cost? 13. Rank 5. Out of this crew, Moger is the one that's lowest level. Could increase his strength a bit more. Let's go for that. I'm going to go for maxing out his armor and giving him a bit of strength to work with. And with 13, I could level up another one of these characters here. Any of the level 5s, really. I'm wondering what kind of new heroes these characters might learn. Like, this character has Arc Lightning. What is he going to learn if he hits level 6, for example? Oh, he only has 7 kills, so he's actually not available anyway. Okay, let's go for Ivor. Main character and all that. So, we can actually learn Tempest, that spinning attack. Interesting. Or Forge Ahead. They had to make a one-armed animation for it. So I can give him Forged Ahead, which lets me change someone into first turn, or I can do it with the AoE Tempest. Huh. Well, he's a very high strength character, so Tempest could really come in handy. I do like the idea of having that around to mix in with Battering Ram. I think I'll go for that. Let's go for Tempest. Essentially, since out of the 3 characters that had Tempest in the previous game, 2 of them are gone because Gulnolf is dead, and Sigbjorn apparently just left the party after we first met him. I really thought he was going to be around for longer than that, and then we never saw him again, which really disappointed me because I think I might have given him an item that was useful, and then we just never saw him again. Let's see, chance of resisting strength damage would be nice. Chance to avoid killing blows. Chance to avoid strength attack. Just in general. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. Robust. Crit chance. Ooh, not bad. I think I might want to give him, I like the idea of resisting strength damage in general. And a little bit of crit. It might be worth it a little bit over getting some more armor. But, if I can max out his armor right here, we can make him really tough. 14 armor makes him really hard to hurt, which helps shield his 17 strength for as long as possible so he can just keep flattening people. Yeah, until I max out the stats on characters, it might actually be a little hard for me to convince myself of the worth of some of the talent stuff. There might be some characters where I don't feel the need to max out their mana or something, but maxing out their strength and armor honestly seems like a good idea to me. Who else do I want to bring along? Oh yeah, duh, Leo. He's great. I like this guy. And maybe I'll get him more levels later, but I absolutely enjoy his ability here. The active ability. So Scout Song does not seem to level up, unfortunately, because I would love to increase its range. But yeah, he has to stay right on top of people. Okay. Do I want to put him in a different position? Let's put him ahead of the other two humans, because if he can move preemptively, then we can trigger it better. Otherwise, I think we're good to go. Everyone has an item. Yeah. I'm sure we'll be fine. We're all doomed. Everyone's dead. The end. Wow, that's a lot of dredge. They've done it. I'll cover you from here, but don't expect any miracles. Is she... Oh, is she actually going to be helping out? That's cool. We have a bonus character that's helping us out during the fight. Alright, so there's 5 enemy dredge. Oh, look at those scary strength numbers. So the dredge are definitely getting tougher over time compared to the original game. Hopefully they start hitting caps sooner or later. So we have a 6-unit party of fighters here, and we have Oddleaf apparently helping us out over time. Let's see. I think I want to bunch up, honestly. I feel like specifically, my 2 humans here in particular have abilities that really benefit from having enemies bunching up all the time. And you have Overwatch. So I think I'm going to want to put her in Overwatch if I can, because if I can put her in Overwatch properly, then, especially with, I think, Puncture, we can probably get some decent damage there. Oh, wait, that's, never mind about Puncture, maybe, but Overwatch should be pretty effective if I can get her in the right position fast enough. Maybe I'll put her towards the middle here? Yeah. That's probably a good idea. Oh, yeah, and I can use Ivor to possibly knock people back. There's some fun to be had here. Yeah, between these 2 characters and these 3 humans, I think I really benefited from having my party densely packed together, because if the enemies packed together, I can do chain landing on them. If my party's packed together, then it's easier to cause the bonus willpower to happen, and Alette has also can do more Overwatch shots when the enemies are more packed together. So focusing on this group here and then letting these 2 approach over time is probably the best call, as opposed to letting them split up like that, I think. Alright, it's Ivor's turn. This is always a fun little piece of what I can do here. Going to knock him back. Let's see, for 5 break plus 1 they pass through. I'll do 5 break. Say goodbye to your armor! Alright. Took a hit from that attack. Not a whole lot, but it happened. Unfortunately, her little armor attack is just not very effective. Watch your flank. Something skulks in the shadows. Oh. Those are entirely new. That thing just shows up? What is that? A skulker. The skulker can move through allies. Skulk. Skulker becomes invisible and stalks the target. Howl. Skulker reappears and attacks, signaling its packmates to attack the same target. That sounds really worrying. I can't wait to get flattened by that. Or I could just walk up and destroy it, I guess. That's always fun. Hello. Please die. Weird little nightmare pest. It's Leo's turn. I'm gonna have him camp out behind Ivor, because of his damage. Otherwise, yeah, we're not gonna get much from his buff, so he'll stay put. More of those damn skulkers! Oh, they're just grouping up. Wow, there's a lot of them. That seems concerning. I guess we might let Hakon get a lot of kills this way. Let's see here. Yeah, I want to get right between them, and then get ready to use our Overwatch ability, and see how this goes. She should attack basically everyone nearby, which should be a lot of people. There we go. 5 strength there. Ow. But that guy should be heading over to here, and so on and so forth. Like, a lot of people should be coming nearby soon, making them vulnerable. Oh, my mistake. I was going to chain lightning this guy, but it's going to hit basically everyone around here. That'd be bad. I'll do a very basic mend. Just to fill this guy's armor back up. Oh, that's new too. Alright, I'm a little concerned about how many new enemies are joining here. That big one there, there's their leader. I bet they'll run if we take them down. I assume they said. That dialogue went away pretty quickly. Oh yeah, the skulkers can actually stack with each other. That's freaky. The Dredge Dire Guard. Splinter. 3+ armor damage to Dredge. Causes 1 armor damage to all adjacent Dredge. That's the usual, like, fragmented attack. If you just hit a Dredge really hard, it hurts all the nearby Dredge. Seems like a design problem. Sentinel. When a Stone Singer is hit, all Gloom Wardens focus on its attacker for a round. What's a Gloom Warden? This is a Dredge Dire Guard. It's not a Stone Singer or a Gloom Warden. Drum Fire. Shockwave does armor break damage. Hot Ash Remnant hurts enemies and mends Dredge. Oh, this thing heals Dredge. Interesting. What are these guys called? Scourge, Grunt, Warrior. So none of these are Gloom Wardens, so that just seems irrelevant apparently. This arrow trap. Oh, she's continually making an arrow trap for that character. That's kind of cute. I kind of thought we'd get more attackers coming up. Anyway, I'll just go flatten some guy, I guess. Bye. Tiny unit. Alright. Yeah, we can get up in these characters' faces. Let's start working on the scary guy, maybe. Or what about this guy, actually? Let's see, turn off the health. 1 damage is not great, but I have 18 armor, so if I can get right up on this guy and beat down some of his armor, or some of his attack, actually. Oh, chance to hit's not great. My exertion's 2. Let's see if I can get him down to 16. There we go. Now he shouldn't really be able to hurt me until someone armor breaks me. Friend, out of here. Oh. Not quite enough. There we go. Free hit. That's what I was going for, more or less. Alright, I get the kill today. Poet Renown +5. We're getting weirdly specific renown that I don't really fully understand the context of, but it's interesting. Anyway, I like our Overwatch attack. I got a decent number of hits right there. That was a good add. Let's see. I'm gonna try to position myself near the middle of the fight and try that again. I like this ability. Just sort of put her into a dangerous spot and just let her wail on people. The problem is she's not very durable, so if I'm not careful, that could be bad for me. But I'll try not to make it too bad for me. No enemies are currently diagonal from each other, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get in range of this guy pretty easily. He only has 13 strength, though. Which makes me want to prioritize that guy, maybe. Let's see. Huh. Maybe I should just attack this guy to weaken him right now. Is anyone really hurting? 'Cause I could keep mending armor so people don't get hurt. It's probably not a bad idea, honestly. I currently have really high willpower, which means I can heal someone's armor by like 7 at a time if it's allowed. Let's see. Ivor, this is a good time to use your new ability, Tempest. Look at all these targets we can hit. Let's see. They usually go clockwise. Oh, they have to be adjacent. They have to be adjacent to each other or adjacent to me is the question. Let's see, if I click that guy... Oops. I think there was a hint there of how it was going to work. Tempest? We'll hit those 2 guys. Or those 2... Okay. It's highlighting who it's going to hit, specifically. So we're going to use it on the 2 guys that are still have strength damage to take. There we go. There's some... Wow, 22 damage in one swing. That's effective. Hey, buddy, old pal. How do you feel about losing a lot of armor real quick? There we go. Now he's vulnerable to everyone. Although now I'm vulnerable to getting hit by him because his strength is higher than my armor. Oh. Oh, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. They did get their hit in. Very tempting to go sneak up there and block their path. Yeah. I'll take the hit. Owie. I'll be okay, though. I'll be okay. You guys exaggerate things. Goodbye, armor. And now they're blocked from reaching Alette, who is getting plenty of Overwatch kills now. Handy. Let's see. It's tempting to walk up to walk up to Alette, but we're probably not going to get that off. So let's just go visit you. And because a lot of people have more power, a lot of people have more strength than Alette right now. I'm thinking I'll give a strength bonus to Alette. Help her get a bonus on attack against anyone on our Overwatch if anyone with high strength wanders by. Oh, he's gonna go summon someone. I don't want that. Let's see. We do high damage to somebody that has reduced armor if I don't move. So I'll have to take more hits, but I think it's worth it. Could just delete this guy right here and right now, just to clear up the battlefield. It's tempting to leave him at 1, but we have a crowd right now that's kind of problematic in some ways. Let's see. So here's the thing: we could focus on this guy, who has a turn coming up soon, but this guy has a turn coming up even sooner. And if I take him down, they think everyone else is going to flee because he's the leader. See, no one's diagonal right now. I can only reduce... it's only 4 strength damage, though. Let's go take this guy out. We can stop the summon. Consider yourself mended. And because I was adjacent to the Bard, we all got willpower. That's always nice. Let's go after the big bad. Alright, so we can beat down a lot of that strength. Down to 4. Ow. Rude. Not appreciated, sir. I can't exert myself that well, so I'll just take out his armor. Make it really easy for the next guy. It's kind of cool having Alette help out. Just in general, so far the combat is way more involved. Having way more mechanics happening and special conditions and things that mix things up. I think they must have responded very well to the criticism the first game got, because people called the first game... I think a specific review I read said that the first game felt like a chess match. Because it felt like everything played out the same way, and everything was so set in stone how it was going to play out. Ooh. Defeat 3 enemies with a poet, 5 renown. 22 renown, wow. So there's special achievements that give you bonus renown, apparently. That's good to keep in mind. Hakon works his way through frantic clansmen on his way to you. We lost some good Varl on those ships. Human too. But you saved more of those along the way. Maybe too many. You look at Hakon with disbelief. I'm not saying I would have done things different, but some of those ships were too weighed down. As far as we know, this group is all that's left of my kind. Each Varl death is one step closer to being wiped out. For a moment, the Varl king looks more vulnerable than you've ever seen him before. Hakon squints in the distance. Their next attack is coming, and this time, they'll come in force. Any chance of fighting through them? No. Not even before the losses we just took. Best we can do is become a wall they get tired of punching. Juno and Eyvind approach. There may be a way out of the situation. A gamble to be sure, but we believe it's our only chance. Gods. It's bad when a Valka option is the only option. Worse than that, I can't promise everyone will make it. Juno gives Eyvind a look. So what's your idea? Eyvind sighs. With Juno's help, I think I can get us across the chasm, but it won't be easy. For me or the caravan. I need to help Eyvind and calm these people so that... I need to help Eyvind and calm these people so they are ready to march when he is ready. You need to keep this area clear of dredge at all costs. If they... The sound of a war horn cuts her off, and everyone turns to look. The dredge assault begins. Alette, Hakon, you know what to do. So he's not going to be available, right? It looks like the force you trained is roughly the size of the enemy's. This could go either way, but a victory here will protect most of your clansmen. Juno and Eyvind move to the cleft's edge. Hakon, surveying the battlefield, says, some supply barrels could make a few barricades for defense. Otherwise, it'll be a straightforward assault. Let's see. It's a desperate situation. We're trying to keep people alive. I'm going to go ahead and make some supplies. Make some barricades out of our supplies. Could be a good place to barricade up somebody like Alette, for example. With her overwatch, keep her safe. Men in Varl begin moving barrels full of food and gear ahead of the fighters, but they look your way for confirmation. You realize these supplies will be ruined in the fight. Nod to continue. The barrels are barely rolled up in place before the fight begins. I wish they told me how many supplies I was losing, though. Okay, so Oddleaf is back, but we have now lost our other friend. Could be good to have Oddleaf in the fight, because we could take 2 archers and put them directly behind the siege. We also do something similar with Yrsa, who has the coals that you can place. Could be fun. I do kind of like the idea of having that ability. Throwing in a series of archers could be handy. And if you put, if you take your 2 archers and you put your Bard between them, suddenly you have a nice little barricade where you can keep building up defenses. The problem is there's just so many damn archers. There's Nid, there's Alette, there's Yrsa, and there's Oddleaf, and I kind of want to use all of them. It is cool that they all have different abilities. I will say that Nid has my attention because she has Bird of Prey, which lets her increase her attack range, which is something that no one else really has. Oddleaf's cool because she's just a cool character in the story, but her ability, Rain of Arrows, is kind of garbage. She creates an arrow trap that does basically no damage. Let's see. Oh, they do normal strength damage. And it ends their turn. Okay, that is actually a decent thing then. If you put a Rain of Arrows in front of an enemy, it actually stops them from proceeding. So it's a nice defensive tactic for a siege like the one we're about to be in, which could be interesting. And I thought it was a shitty, 1 damage attack, but it's actually normal strength damage. It's just that she's generally weak, so you want to be careful who you target. I'll give it a shot. Let's try to be more strategic with this skill. And give her a chance to level up, because we often don't do that. Alright. So, we'll max out her strength real quick. Her exertion and armor break are already there. Let's give her more of a pool of mana to work with here. What's her item right now? 1 strength resist. It's good for keeping her healthy. I think I'll keep her with just that. There we go. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I'll commit to this. No one went down last time, so I don't have anyone to sub out, except for the fact that Mogr already had -1. Hold them off. This will take time. Start chanting at the edge. Look at this. There's all these little... This is cool. All these fights have actual locations that are set as part of the story. Like, when we got to that one destroyed tower of a building in Chapter 3 of the first Banner Saga game, it kind of felt like, oh, this is a cool, unique location. But a lot of the fights kind of took place in plains and whatnot, which I'm sure the random encounters do still, but so far they're doing a good job at showing us a lot of these unique battlefield locations, and there's always a cool little background thing happening. It's I assume they're trying to make a rainbow bridge, right? This is, it's Norse mythology, and the rainbow bridge is a part of that. But we'll have to see. So I created barricades, but I'm starting to wonder if these are actually going to be... if they're going to be useful at all. They're kind of awkwardly placed, and, that's kind of a bummer. Let's see. Trying to figure out how I want to use these characters here. I could take my 2 tough characters and put them over here, take Mogre and put him by this opening, maybe? For me, the bummer is I was hoping to put Oddleaf and Alette behind barrels for defensive purposes. Let's see, I could put them around here, I guess. Something like that, maybe? I was just kind of hoping that I could have barrels right in front of me and they'd stand right behind the barrels and then wait for the enemies to approach, but right now they're kind of just all going to come in as they please, really. Alright. Let's move Hakon out of the way, because Mogre can be more defensive. So we'll put Mogre right here, Hakon off to the side, or Ivor's off to the side and Hakon off to this side. We'll give this a go. War. War never changes? Question mark? Let's make our approach slowly. They'll be coming our way. Just, oh yeah, they're kind of getting in each other's way now. To some extent, I should be able to bait them into walking into my traps, which could be fun, if maybe a little time wasty. Is that gonna hack or anything, or is he just gonna hang out? Let's see. Oddleaf has less strength than a lot of these characters do, so... let's give the tell worth telling to Oddleaf right now. Maybe I can put a barricade in front of this guy up here. What's he doing? He's next. It's not Oddleaf's turn though, unfortunately. Let's go for Overwatch. We should get a lot of chances to attack soon. Oh, bonus enemies. Didn't necessarily count for that. You must keep the dredge away. It's probably a good idea to fight defensively then. Oh, he didn't even enter my attack range apparently. It must be much smaller than I was thinking. We can take a real big chunk out of this guy's strength right now. There we go. That'll nullify his offensive capabilities. Oh, I'm stuck behind Mogre. Crap. We really are stuck in here. Alright, didn't really plan for that. Oh, there we go. They're creating a barrier. Concentrate, Avon, you're doing it. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll ask for barricades in the future, just because I don't know if I can't control how they're formed, then it's hard to say if I want them or not, really. Let's see. Could take a big chunk out of this guy's armor. How do you feel about not having armor anymore? Yay! It seems like it's just going to be an ongoing stream of enemies, though. Oh yeah, they're coming in fast. I think I mostly just want to hold off, right? Just hold them off for a while. Bye! Yeah, that'll bounce through the group a bit. This is probably a good opportunity to try to start farming some, just try to farm, renown as we go. Let's move forward a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna be pretty barricaded in here between these characters. The barricades are gonna be kind of useless, I guess. They didn't really help me at all. But I'm gonna want to stand inside this group of characters here to help us out. Don't see anyone worth buffing right now. The enemies are actually all pretty low strength. And if I turn these on, it turns into a cloud of numbers we can't understand. All right, let's stay put. So I could move forward, but instead I'm going to, let's see. I don't really want to get in Ivor's way, but I also totally want to be able to shoot everybody in the face, so I'm still going to go here. Ivor might just have to, break some barrels. And it turns out they were probably just bad for me to include in this fight. I thought this hole was way bigger than it actually is. Almost, but we still need more time. It looks like they're actually not... They don't have to fill up that much area. Where are those gonna go? Wait, where did they go? Oh, there's one in the back corner of this guy's tile. I just couldn't see it. Alright. I'm wondering if I should just move to a different place altogether. See, normal strength damage. If I go for someone with high... Yeah, I don't have very high strength, though, so... They'd have to have some pretty low armor to be able to hurt them properly. The best I can do is stop their turn from happening. Alright. What's even a good target? Who's this guy that's going next? This guy over here? That's not gonna help me. And this guy? I can't really reach very far, unfortunately. Alright, Odd Leaf's not gonna pull quite as much weight as I was hoping. Let's just dent someone's armor. There we go. Uh-oh. Don't appreciate that. There we go. Wait, that gave us the renown? What kind of range does he have on his passive? I'm 2 tiles away. Interesting. That was unexpected. Alright, well I'm surrounded by enemies, so let's just do Bring the Pain, because of the Return the Favor effect it has. It'll make everyone want to hit me. And then I'll hit him in the face. Alright, Shuddering Impact. That should be fun. Mogre will be fine. Let's see. I'll go hang out between these two, and that seems like the place to be. Oh wait, does that crystal explode in the next tile over? That should work. If we can clear away the dredge, we can proceed. So we do still need to fight. Okay. I forgot, do these things explode over adjacent tiles? I forgot. Crap. I was kind of assuming it was just attacking that tile, which is probably a mistake. Anyway, clear away the dredge. There we go. They're still throwing them around. Okay. I guess I'll just keep punching through people's armor to help out the others. Exertion... I can pump that up by another 2 pieces. There we go. That'll soften some of these guys up nicely. Yeah, I think including the barrels was generally a mistake, because it's just getting in the way of my own attempts right now. Die, barrel. Ow. Yeah, that covered some ground. Was one of those barrels... Was one of those Shatterstones inside a barrel? Because I actually couldn't tell where one of them was, and I'm starting to think it might have been inside of a barrel somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and crowd your guys' flank here. Have some fun with that. I can do 2 exertion. That'll take you down low. Oh. He's behind me. He's trying. Alright. Take another chunk out of this guy over here. Take you down to 8. I think it's time to start making some of them waste their turns a bit. So wearing them down should be handy. Resisted some of that damage. Let's help out a little bit in the fight. Oh crap, his armor break's actually really bad. Whoops. I'm just used to humans having armor break. My bad. But with this guy's armor lowered, I think Alette will be able to help out. Oh yeah. That'll help out just nicely. So he shouldn't be that much of a threat to our Bard after all. And then our Bard will be plenty healthy soon. Ow. Alright, Bard's taking some hits. Bard's taking some hits. This guy is low enough to target. We can't get any more willpower, unfortunately. But otherwise, we're good to go. Yeah, it seems like the target to go after. Narrows Hakon's featured target down to being the other character, basically. Oh man, Hakon's taking hits. Oh, he's actually really low. This is where it would really benefit to have Ivor over there, really. Let's see. Not a lot I can do to get over there and get Hakon out of the way, though. The characters are just so damn big. This is probably the best path I can take, honestly. Poor guy's been sitting in the background this whole fight. Well, at least his armor's holding. Oh, well, the characters are mostly weak, so that's why. Speaking of armor holding, no more of that, please. Scare him away a little bit. Oh, he's gonna try to summon. Oh, you dirty. Okay. I'm gonna back away before Hakon goes down, because I don't want to have to deal with wounds. And plenty of other people can pick up the slack right now. Oh yeah. Things are going poorly enough for them right now. And I can just sneak up in there and do some serious damage even with my Bard right now. There we go. One left. Oh, that might be bad for me. Ow. Alright, he's taking a few licks. Well, we most certainly don't want this character summoning, so let's go ahead and stop that. Bye! Ooh, you got her. I don't think she liked that very much. I think the go-to is to take this guy's armor down. Oh wait. We also want to get out of, let's get out of Ivor's way as he tries to approach, hopefully, and we'll try to weaken his armor. So he can get a good swing in. Hopefully he can move far enough to actually reach that guy without willpower. Oh, well now he's leaving, so no. Oh no. Didn't account for that. Well, you're about to pay for attacking Alette. This attack is thematically consistent! Alright, how's everyone doing now? There's a 6 over here, and that's about it. Alright, poor Mogre. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a chunk out of him. And now everyone's nice and weak. I should probably get Alette away before people flick away at them for too long. I can take this character down real quick. Nope. I need to break armor to avoid deflections. Almost could have gotten away with that, but not quite. 90%, go for it. Just want to keep them just weak enough right now. So this character's right here. Right now the best thing to do with her is probably Overwatch. There's a decent number of people she can attack if they make a move. Oh, that did not trigger Overwatch apparently. That's a bit of a surprise to me. Let's take this guy out real quick. Bye. There we go, double kill. I feel like I made a few miscalculations in this fight, but overall, we should still win without any wounds, I believe. I think including barricades in particular was a mistake. Ow. Excuse me. Stop that. Yeah, we'll take you out. Hey, bonus willpower. Pillage mode. Oh, there's the Overwatch. The Overwatch finished it off because he chose to attack the wrong character. Oh, 60 clansmen, 20 fighters, even more Varl. Wartime leadership +9 renown. Promotion for Alette. And Oddleaf. Oh, no one else, huh? 26 renown. We're being showered with renown on a scale I've never seen before. Juno walks onto the floating land, cradling a kid goat in one arm. She looks strained, but beckons to the families to follow. You shout for everyone to start moving, but the fighters and clansmen alike remain motionless. Large chunks of earth bobbing in midair like ships at sea has everyone unsettled. Yeah, it should be unnerving, probably. I will say that, I guess part of the reason why they're showering us with with renown, it's two things, really. Not only are we higher level than ever before, meaning meaning there's a lot of demand for renown, but in the entire chapter 1, we were episode 1 or Banner Saga 1 or whatever, we were constantly split into two parties, but they pretty much crammed everyone into one giant party now, so that renown has even more demand in that aspect too. Finally, Ivor takes the rein of a yacht loaded with a supply cart and walks onto the first floating stone. It supports the load without issue. We go this way, or the dredge kill us all. His words are punctuated by slinger stones thudding onto the ground only feet away. Men pick up their children and start running. The caravan animals squawk and bleat in the frenzy. Varl pushes through the crowd, while others fight to follow in their wake. The frightened mob tramples a few and knocks a couple more from the ledge before everyone is strangely pacified. Even you feel a sense of calm settle your nerves. Oh, Juno calmed everyone down because they're flipping out. 5 more people died because they're stupid. God damn it. Oh, that's terrifying. It doesn't even have an endpoint right now. Well, that's one way to make sure the dredge don't follow you. The wounded and elderly struggle to make it onto the floating rocks, while fear of the bridge paralyzes the legs of others. The dredge give chase, crossing onto the bridge without hesitation. Oh, they are behind us. Are people... I could tell them to drop the back of the bridge, but are there humans there? Let's see. I'm gonna shoot them with my arrows. Because I don't want to drop my own people. So I'm going to try to shoot them, and hopefully Oddleaf will step in to help, like she usually does. 3 dredge grunts fall back as your arrow passes through them. There are armor splinters wounding others around them. A few more lined up shots, and the dredge slow their pursuit. The last of the clansmen make it onto the bridge, moving past you. Only dredge are left in the caravan's wake. Okay, so some of them weren't even on the bridge yet, so I would have been leaving people to die. 10 renown, sweet. You watch as the floating stones nearest the land tremble and drop back into the chasm, taking all standing there with them. The sight is terrifying, but you turn and urge the others to keep moving forward. Yeah, terrifying is probably the right word for it. Wow. Things got real interesting when the Menders showed up. How big is this? This chasm's massive. By the standards of the travel speed of this game, we're spending like a week on this bridge, but I'm sure they're going to contextualize it as not being that, but normally when we move this far horizontally, that's what it is. Avon is growing visibly weaker. Meanwhile, many of the caravan are stunned by witnessing family members fall to their deaths. The effect is spreading. So people keep falling. Uh-oh. This is a mess, so people are just dying. You can shout for everyone to move, you can save somebody's life, ask Avon how you can help him, or run to the back and push people forward. I mean, Avon's holding the whole thing up, so if there's anything we can do, we should check. No, don't disturb him, Juno says, but Avon's concentration wavers as he looks towards you. The bridge rumbles and a large section falls away, taking with it a number of families and fighters. God damn it. That's what I get for prioritizing what seems like the important thing. Holy shit. Well, this is a good reason for... I mean, everyone had good reason to be afraid, because... Jesus Christ, people are dying. Wow. Wow, this is a scary mess. The stones behind the caravan are falling faster than the rising ones in front. The rear clansmen are pushing forward in a panic. Bolverk shouts, "Knock some of these people over the edge before we all go down." People gasp and flee from him. We are carrying too much, Ivor says. We've got to get rid of something before the mender drops us all into the depths. You look around and see only people, food, and the massive cart the ravens are hauling. Only 2 of those are an option. So either dump food or throw the cart. What is in the cart? What is so important about this damn cart that the ravens are hauling? It seems logical to go after that. Bolverk, throw the cart over the edge. Before the Varl can respond, Juno says, absolutely not. Her distraction affects Avon, who falls to a knee. The entire bridge shakes and stones fall around you. Clansmen scream as they fall to their deaths. Juno scrambles back to Avon's side and the shaking stops. God damn it. I don't even know what I'm doing wrong sometimes. Do I know what the cart is? Do I already know why it's bad? Crap. Bolverk snorts at you. Should have let those people back on the other side. At least they could have died fighting. The caravan continues forward in a fog of fear and worry. Wow, I cannot make a single correct decision. Unless they're all wrong. Maybe they're all wrong, I don't even know. But this is a mess. What is that? There's a town. There's some hope that we're actually going somewhere, maybe. Ormsdalr. A town horrifyingly on the edge of this giant chasm. Half of that town probably fell in. Oh yeah, there's some of it down there and some of it down there. Alright, well we're gonna have fun picking up more people. Avon's scream chills you as it echoes off the cliff a mere 100 years away. Again, the bridge shakes but stays together. When Juno looks at you, her lips are trembling. This is killing him, she says, and I won't let that happen. Her tone is dark and cold. What the hell? This was your plan! And we've done what we can, Juno says, but Avon is the key to many things. Choose between the rest of your food or the people in the rear. All of your objections vanish. You turn to see Ruga and the others from Borsgard at the back of the caravan. So our choice is to either kill a bunch of people, including Ruga, or dump our food. Jesus Christ. The food, of course! Thank you. We'll replace them in Ormsdalr, says Juno before returning to Avon's side. The supplies are dumped and the caravan moves forward. What a mess. I'm not just gonna randomly drop half our people. We already lost a lot of them. What? Wow. Wasn't expecting things to get so serious so fast. Well, we've made it to the remnants of some almost city. I don't think they look like they have supplies, honestly. Watch your step.
It's hard to believe we made it across that chasm. Now we find what's left of Ormsdalr. Once a great trade town at the fork of the Ormsdalr River. How many lives must have been lost here?
Looks like a few buildings might have made it. Whatever caused that chasm completely destroyed this place. I mean, we know it did it, right? Well, I guess we don't necessarily know what did it for sure, but we know that the chasms are happening all over the place. From the massive Varl to the youngest human and children, everyone is sapped from crossing the chasm. Tents are loosely strung up and gear is thrown on the ground as everyone falls asleep. You manage to post a few guards out of habit before sinking down against a crate, wrapping your cloak around you, and you close your eyes. Your chest aches, as if from a wasp sting. Feeling around for the cause of it, you look down between your leathery gray fingers running over a red stone breastplate. Gasping, you open your eyes to find your cloak still wrapped around you, no stone armor underneath. The caravan is still asleep, snoring more prevalent than usual. You're able to drift off for a bit more rest before facing the tasks of the next day. Oh yeah, dumping supplies was fine. We still have 23 days. I mean, that could still not be enough to get to the next place for all I know, but it sure as hell was better than what we had at the time. Wow, though. The Varl are now half of our party, basically. We have 120-ish clansmen and fighters, and that's it. There's ruins. We can rest, visit our heroes. Unfortunately, none of these options involve buying food.